We're still finding our voice, right? And I don't want you to ever forget that journey because you've been silent for too long and you've been speaking on the wrong things and silent on the wrong things. And we've got to get this together. When you do not know who you are and what to speak on, you miss so many opportunities. You take on things that you shouldn't take on. You walk away from relationships feeling dejected, wounded, and hurt. And then you'll use that feeling to try to manipulate, intimidate, and bully other people because you miss the people that you should have been speaking to. When you use your voice in the wrong way, you're not only abusive outwardly, but the abuse begins inwardly. And that abuse starts with you. Because when you see people and you see them angry and you see them always trying to get ahead of people by using somebody else, when you see them always manipulating, that's not a happy person. That's not a healthy person. That's not a whole person. That is somebody who is trying to bring other people down because they don't know and they have given up on bringing themselves up. That's how important your voice is. Your voice is a foundation that sets a boundary that says, you know what? Things may be going on outside of me, but I will not allow what's outside to get inside of me. Because while you may hurt the outer, you cannot destroy my inner because it belongs to someone higher than me. It belongs to my God, my creator. Oh no, you'll never catch me saying the universe. Because while a lot of you don't believe in God, or you like to say the universe because you don't want to offend, I don't care. I will always use God. I will always say God because I know in whom I believe. I know in whom I have faith in. And I refuse to give my voice to the world. Once again, giving away your voice. If it seems evil, if it seems like, oh, I don't want to listen because I don't believe, baby, you're not tired. I'm okay. Because I will never sacrifice who I know I belong to get somebody to like or to love or whatever. It's not that serious. So no, my creator, not the universe. He created the universe. So literally when you say the universe will give it back, you are praying and talking about something that didn't even create itself. Make it make sense. But I digress. Like I said, your voice is a boundary. It lays a foundation. And when you don't use that voice, you wonder why you attract certain things and certain people. But it's based on your inability to speak up for yourself. I have said to so many people, and one of the things that I'm always cautious about that I had to learn, because I am outspoken. And just because you're outspoken, remember, the voice is about being victoriously outspoken. And I had to learn that all the time speaking out wasn't healthy and all the time speaking out wasn't good, because there were people who would want to use it and get behind me to let me speak and fight battles that were not mine. And when your voice, that's still a form of abuse and misuse. Kim, you know you will say it. You go, you go, you go. And the next thing you know, you've been pushed up to speak, but you look around and you're by yourself. Been there, done that. So I had to learn how to use my voice for me. It's sad to watch people stand and want to say something, but won't say it. But then will try to use somebody else to say it for them. That goes from being sad to being manipulative. If you can't speak out about it openly, complaining to me about it does nothing, because I'm going to act as if you said nothing. I'm not the spokesperson. I'm not the go-between, the middleman anymore. That was when I was young, stupid, and dumb. That's not us now. I know my voice. I know the power of my voice. And I have learned to use that power of my voice within the will and the guidelines of knowing me. And if it's not my battle, I'm not going to fight it. Now, my friends will tell you, and I don't have a lot of friends, but my real friends will tell you Now, if you need somebody to go into battle, I'm your girl. Because I'm your ride or die. I will ride with you. We will be out there fighting until the end. But we got to be doing it together. Because reciprocity is everything. I don't believe in planting and giving to people who can't even show up for you, who can't even lend their voice. You spend your time defending and being there, and they can't even be bothered to show up for you? No, we don't do that either. Remember, we're being victorious. And when it comes to your voice, your first victory is in speaking to you. Speaking to you about you. Speaking up for yourself. Speaking against the things that people try to put on you or say about you that's not true. And let me, while we're talking about being victoriously outspoken, let me stop some of you all. Stop with all this positive vibes only. That's ignorant. Yeah, I said it. I know it's not popular. But to say positive vibes only is to be immature, as if nothing bad is going to ever happen. The Bible says that the rain falls on the just as well as the unjust. And if it's positive vibes only, when will you grow? If you're always around positive, that means nobody is saying something to you that you don't want to hear. Sometimes it's not negative, it's just against what you want to hear. And everything that you want, no matter how anointed you are, is not good for you. Even when you're anointed and you think you know and you can call down fire from heaven, you have to have a point of reference to be checked. Paul said it like this: there was sent to me a messenger of Satan, a thorn in my flesh to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. There will always be something that will keep you humble. There will always be something you have to work on, work toward, work through, to remind you that you are not your own, that you are not too high and mighty, and realizing where your faith lies and in whom you have believed. So everything that comes that's not positive is a negative. We're not in 5th grade. It's not black or white. Gray is a color, and gray areas exist. Everything is not so simple. Sometimes you may hear something you don't like, but it's the exact thing you need to grow. Because nobody grows from a place of just unicorns and rainbows. That's not how it works. So when you're walking around here, I just want positive energy. I just want this. I just want that. Most of the people who say that stuff are people who are full of drama and lies anyway. Stop repeating the cliches. I am, like I said one time before, I'm a wordsmith. And I don't care how you want to paint it. You know, sometimes people say, you're being too literal. No, you're using words too freely. And just because in your mind you think you know what the words mean, does not mean that's what you're speaking. If you don't know the meaning of a word and you use it, you still have used the word, period. So your little, well, I think it means this, that doesn't matter. You're still speaking something that you don't mean. It's still your responsibility, because you have a responsibility to not use words that don't mean what you think they mean. You have a responsibility to be knowledgeable. So just because you try to doctor it up and change the cliche or change what you think it meant does not mean it's still serving a good purpose. Words matter. That's why we're talking about having our voice. The words you say matter. You need to know what the words mean. If everybody changes a word's meaning, none of us would ever be communicating. Period. We're still talking about finding our voice because we want to be victoriously outspoken, initiating corrective environments. It's been your girl, Candid with Kim. Watch, like, subscribe.